This is Andy Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Jesse Rodriguez here in Philadelphia. Jesse, how are you feeling this fight week?
I feel good, man. Ready to go Saturday night. Just ain't patiently waiting for my moment.
The last time I interviewed you was in LA, and you mentioned how certainly over the last couple of years of your career, you feel like you've really knuckled down and taken things a little bit more serious in terms of your lifestyle outside of camp.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into this fight on Saturday, and do you feel like you will reap the full rewards and benefits of that extra level of competency with your career?
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't notice, I didn't, gain too much weight after my last fight as well. So I think that just goes to show the mentality how it's changed ever since having my daughter around. It's changed me it made me a better person overall. So I feel like coming into this fight with that same mentality, I'm just gonna keep getting better and better.
Talking about Pedro Guevara, what are you expecting from this fight?
I'm expecting a very dangerous fight just because he has nothing to lose and everything to gain. This is his moment to change his life, but I'm at the top of my game right now, and I'm not gonna let that happen. So it is what it is.
How impressed were you with his performance against Andrew Maloney?
I honestly didn't see much of it. I just pretty much saw clips here and there in the decision, but I mean Maloney felt like he won, so I can't really say much on it. I didn't watch the whole fight, but I mean he got the win, so I know he's coming in a lot more motivated coming off of that.
You've been in a position recently, Bam. Obviously, there's a lot of eyeballs on you, and I know the lower weights don't necessarily get the recognition that you would deserve, but you specifically, you've always challenged yourself against the best. Do you feel like there's extra eyeballs on you on Saturday night to make sure you don't slip up, but also you produce quite a dominant display?
Exactly. There's a lot of pressure right now just because of the two victories I'm coming off of, especially now being on the pound for pound rankings. I got to go out there and do what I do. I can't let Pedro Guevara make me have an off night, and I'm just going to go out there and do what I do and just, it's my job. So come Saturday night, I'm going to shine.
If you come through this and you do shine, like you say, is it unifications? Is it those other big names back into those types of fights once again?
Yeah, I mean, if it were up to me, I'd be in one of those fights right now. But, I mean, I got to handle Pedro Guevara. He's my mandatory. So take care of business, hopefully Saturday night, and go on to unification fights after this.
Who's the one in particular? If you could make a unification next, who would you like it to be and why?
I would love it to be the winner of Ioka Martinez, too.
Who do you think wins that fight?
I think Martinez wins again. But I think Ioka could fight a smarter fight this time around, but who knows? He's kind of, a little older now, so, Father Time might be catching up to him.
One other fight I want to bring up is that with Junto Nakatani. I know a lot of people, and Eddie himself has maybe been a bit guilty of mentioning Nayo Inoue, but with him and the expected move up in weight in the coming years, do you feel like a bout between you and Nakatani might be closer to potentially being made?
Yeah, I mean, every time I'm asked that same question, I say the same thing. It's more reasonable than an Inoue fight just because we're closer in weight. I'm going to be at 118, probably end of next year or early 2026. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time before we get in the ring.
How do you rate Nakatani? What especially when you watch him, stands out for you?
He's a great fighter. He has power. He knows how to use his length. But, I mean, it's just a matter of time before he finds out who Bam Rodriguez is.
One thing I also picked up on from a past interview I saw you did where you mentioned nobody really wanted to work with you until Eddie and Matchroom came along. What do you think that they saw that they could develop and build this top 10 pound for pound star that is stood in front of me now?
I mean, honestly, I think it might have been the footwork. It's something in my weight class you don't see much, and the power as well. I carry a lot of power from my weight class, so I feel like once Eddie and the team saw that, they just gave me a chance, and it paid off for them.
Just a couple of fights I want to get your thoughts on before we wrap this up. An old opponent of yours fights on November 30th in Birmingham, where I'm from. Sonny Edwards versus Galal Yafai. What do you make of that fight?
It's a great fight. Sonny, he's a great fighter, former world champion. Yafai, gold medalist in the Olympics, so it's a good fight. But Sonny's my boy now, so I'm gonna have to favor him in that fight.
Is it strange saying Sonny's your boy after everything that was said in the build?
He was always a cool guy. I mean, when we did the build up to the fight, he was cool, but things got a little heated during fight week. But after that, we squashed it, and we're cool now.
Jose Ramirez versus Arnold Barboza, obviously out in Saudi as well. Will you be there supporting him? Will Jose Ramirez come out on top?
I actually won't be out there, but I'll be watching from back home, and I know Ramirez is gonna get the W.
All right, so I appreciate your time now, Bam. Good luck on Saturday, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you.
Thank you.